on costs associated with phytosanitary certificates. We're looking to drive exports. As I close, Madam Speaker, I must say a little bit about the opposition.
Of course.
Yes. Cousins, listen now. Always listen now. You stir about hornets.
They have nothing left to do.
Madam Speaker and members, I am now convinced that the present opposition has no regard for agriculture and fisheries. In fact, Madam Speaker, the approach that they have taken is quite disrespectful to the hard-working farmers and fishers of Jamaica. This is not the Roger Clark or Michael Manley opposition. This opposition seems foreign. They have not even found it appropriate to have a sitting member of the House shadow agriculture. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, I have searched our history. I have searched our history, and I am yet to find a time in Jamaica before this one that no one on the opposition benches is specifically tasked to deal with agriculture. It is a shame. You know what the result is, Madam Speaker? 2 years in a row. I want you to listen to me. 2 years in a row. We have had no questions. We have had no questions during the Standing Finance Committee. And members, to add insult to injury. This year, they asked the spokesperson on energy, a man who represents East Kingston and Port Royal, to speak on behalf of our farmers. What he, members, what he delivered, what he delivered, members, can only be described as a chat GPT dissertation around the common problems in agriculture and fisheries. It was disgraceful. Yes. But what is more frightening, allow me members, what is more frightening is not what they say. What is more frightening is what they have done. Madam Speaker, they oversaw no significant investment in irrigation in their 22 years. You know, Madam Speaker, I researched and I looked to see what was their significant irrigation investment. You know what I saw? They spent between 1998 and 2015 developing the National Irrigation Plan, and they never implemented one project. Everything for them is in the pipeline. They are the pipeline national party. But that is not the worst. Under their watch, our research infrastructure deteriorated beyond the point of recognition. Bodles, Hounslow, Montpelier, every single one fell into disrepair. Research and development fell to an all-time low. But it doesn't stop there. Members, allow me. I'm short of time. It doesn't stop there. When
a point of order. Madam, this a point of order. Earlier, the Speaker announced that the members' time will be extended by 25 minutes. It is now 30 minutes. And the Speaker, you cannot conduct this House in this way.
2 minutes.
that is not necessary, Minister. Minister, please continue and conclude your presentation.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, let us not forget, it is the opposition, while in power, who decimated the PC Bank, undermined the core principles, couldn't account for 21% of the members' funds, had a high percentage of non-performing loans, were cited for breach of fiduciary duties, conflict of interest, turned the bank from an agricultural-based institution to a friend and company operation. Madam Speaker, they love to talk about imports, but I understand why. They are the barons of import. In the 4 years that they were government between 2012 and 2016, they facilitated the importation of 1,258 containers of onions. Since in our last 4 years, to put it into perspective, we imported 659 containers. They almost double what we do when they were there. The other thing, they sat idly by and watched our fisheries sector grind to a halt without putting in one measure to help build back our fish population. The truth is, their stewardship, Madam Speaker, was disgraceful and shameful. What they now do, they now regurgitate things that we are doing and present them like they are new. They try to repeat the things over and over in the hope that people will buy into their promises. I have always said, Madam Speaker, those who say they can get something done should not stop those who are getting something done. This government is moving forward. This government is getting the job done. As I have shown in this presentation, from equipment to irrigation, to prayer larceny, to storage, to our fisheries incentive program, to mining, we are moving forward in a new era. Just for completeness, Madam Speaker, just for completeness, this government has turned around the PC Bank. Under the Ministry of Industry, it has reduced its bad debts, it has right-sized its operations, and it is now developing a revolving loan scheme for our fishers. Madam Speaker, to be honest, not even Roger Clark would want to see this present PMP on the hands of agriculture. So, Madam Speaker, we stand on the dawn of a new era for agriculture, fisheries and mining. For decades, we have faced persistent challenges, from low productivity and poor infrastructure to limited market access, vulnerability to climate shocks, but we did not remain idle. Now is the time to go beyond solving problems. We must lead a full transformation. We are building sectors that are climate resilient, market-driven, youth-friendly, and technology-enabled. We are moving toward productive surplus, value addition, export readiness, long-term national development. Members, let us step boldly into this new era of fisheries, mining, and agriculture. The seeds have been planted. The path is clear. We will usher Jamaica into a new era of prosperity because, above all things, we choose Jamaica. God bless you. God bless Jamaica land. We love you.